Last night, an unlikely bounce in the ninth inning led to a rocket off the bat of the likeliest of heroes and a 6-2 victory for the Angels. Today, they look to take home the series against a pitcher they've dominated all season. The series finale, next.
Hall of Fame Sunday in Cooperstown, New York. Edgar Martinez just one of the many going into the class of 2019 Hall of Fame class. As a matter of fact, they opened the gates here at T-Mobile Park at 10:30 this morning to allow the fans to watch this ceremony. We also have baseball to be played. It's the final game of this three-game set between the Angels and the Seattle Mariners. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth and back to Angels Baseball on Fox Sports West. He's Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas. And last night we saw a game play out that was kind of unusual because there wasn't a whole lot of action after the score was tied at 2. But then all of a sudden the ninth inning unfolded and the Angels end up picking up the victory.
Victor, we were talking during the course of the game how the offense has been struggling, but a break happened in the game for Luis Rengifo, worthy of a Carlos Cam replay. A mistake made in the infield. They lost the baseball to pop up, and Luis Rengifo picks up that base hit. In that moment, you feel the momentum going the right way. Cole Calhoun around the bases well there. David Fletcher, so good on elevated pitches, so good with 2 strikes, put the ball in play, picks up that RBI, sets up Mike Trout. What he does best against Seattle is 40th career home run, a 3-run home run, 23rd in this ballpark. Jumped on it, got out quickly, 114.4 miles per hour exit velocity for Trout. He covered it, they needed it, ended up winning that game here and get a chance to be able to win the series today with a victory against Seattle.
Yeah, the series tied up at a game apiece. Yusei Kikuchi's on the mound for the Seattle Mariners, the left-hander. He threw the ball a little bit better the last time out against the Angels, but the Halos have rocked him of late. We'll talk about that when we return.
Fox Sports West is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. By the Jeep Compass with 32 Highway MPG. Another beautiful day. We've been very lucky and blessed on this weekend at good weather here in Seattle. The Angels will return home to take on the Los Angeles Dodgers at Chavez Ravine on Tuesday and Wednesday after an off day tomorrow. So it'd be nice to pick up a series win here. Halo's feeling a little bit feisty and looking forward to facing Yusei Kikuchi on the mound this afternoon. Let's take a look at the lineup for Brad Ausmus. The Angels with the victory last night. Now at 51-49 on the season. We'll have Fletcher leading things off at third base. Trout is in center field. Shohei Ohtani DHing. Justin Upton in left. Andrelton Simmons at short. Albert Pujols at first. Brian Goodwin gets a start in right, so Cole gets the afternoon off. Dustin Garneau behind the dish. Luis Rengifo batting ninth, playing second base. Yusei Kikuchi has made 20 starts on this season. He's 4-6 with a 5.01 ERA.
Yeah, 91-96 with his fastball, although his slider, curve, and splitter. My go-tos, though, to be successful this afternoon against Kikuchi, continue the success against him this year, is look for fastballs early in counts. Last game out, a little more success with his fastball, so be ready early in counts against his fastball. And then the right-handed power, he's given up 15 home runs versus right-handed batters this year. Of his 20, 15 versus righties. Be ready to drive one of those high fastballs out.
Take a look at the defense for the Seattle Mariners behind Kikuchi this afternoon. Let's Beckham, Smith, and Santana from left to right. Seager, Crawford on the left side of the infield. Gordon and Nola on the right, and Murphy behind the plate.
An improvement at shortstop for Crawford at shortstop this year. 962 fielding percentages, 931 last year. We've seen him make some pretty good plays, good range, strong throwing arm also from short.
Congratulations to all the inductees into the Baseball Hall of Fame this afternoon. It's nice of the Mariners organization to open up the seats here at 10:30 a.m. to allow the Mariners fans to watch all of the introductions, speeches.
Pretty amazing class going in this year.
I believe there's one more speech going
one guy, he's pretty good. He's closing out the ceremonies.
Closing it out, Mariano Rivera. Here's the first one this afternoon, and it's upstairs to Fletcher. That's 1 ball, no strikes. David hitting .293, has 5 home runs, 33 runs batted in. 2-hit game yesterday, 2 for 5. 1 ball, 1 strike. Crew chief Marvin Hudson behind the plate. Nick Lentz at first. Vic Carapaz at second. Jordan Baker over at third. The 1-1 popped up. Austin Nola makes the catch, 1 away.
Mike Trout coming to the plate. Let's take a look at our StatCast AI powered by AWS. Rockets out for Mike Trout. Well, for Mike Leake, 114.4 miles per hour exit velocity, and then again last night his 2 hardest home runs off the bat, 114.4. Last night going 416 feet for Trout. 23 career home runs in this ballpark.
Well, last night, the 101st game for Seattle, they had witnessed a home run in every single game this year. And there hadn't been one hit all game yesterday until Mike Trout keeps the streak alive. Now 101 games.
He's that kind of guy. Run hit. He's that kind of guy.
In America, yes. Whether by Seattle or the opposition. And if there is anybody that you figure you can count on to kind of keep that streak alive, it would be 27. Grounds this one to the right side. Nola, his little foot race, beats Trout. 2 down.
It's like we saw last time out, at least the beginning part of the game, Kikuchi using his fastball much better. Percentage-wise, pitch at 52% of his pitches fastballs. About 25% slider, curveball, and split. 92-mile-an-hour fastball, close enough that inside corner to jam Trout.
You get that kind of swing because you're looking off speed.
Yeah, because you remember his first 3 starts, a lot of off-speed pitches from him. We saw that last game. He's got a good fastball, especially when he runs at the upper third.
Shohei Ohtani takes outside. 1 ball, no strikes on the Angels DH. Hitting .295, 14 home runs and 40 runs batted in. 1 for 5 last night with a single. Picked up a stolen base. Two-one count.
It's 2 games in a row for Kikuchi, going back to that little hesitation he has in his delivery. Tried to do something different. His second start of the year against the Angels, where just straight up and down with that front leg. Now back to his normal hesitation before he delivers the baseball.
Breaking ball catches the inside part of the plate, but it's 2-2. Ohtani 1 for 2 against Kikuchi in that last start.
Here he is. He brings that leg up, then go down, then back up for his balance, and then drives towards the plate. Try to get rid of that or smooth that out earlier in the year, but back to his normal delivery.
Full count. Upton's on deck. Three-two, and he fouls it back, spoils the pitch. Lights are on, even though it's a perfectly clear day, not a cloud in the sky. Roof open. 3-2 again. And Ohtani takes a fastball right down Broadway as the Angels are down in order. We'll head to the bottom of the first with no score. This runs out for game of the season for the Mariners. It'll be Smith, Crawford, and Santana in the top third of the order. Beckham, Narvaez, and Murphy in the middle third, with Murphy doing the catching. Then Seager, Nola at first, and Gordon rounding out the starting 9. Dylan Peters called back up today. Jared Walsh was sent down. And for Dylan, this will be his 5th appearance in the big leagues. 1-0 with a 4.15 ERA. Down in the minor leagues, Gooby, 13 appearances, 11 starts, and the numbers not pretty.
Yeah, he's just got to command all his pitches very well. He's got 4 pitches. My go-tos for him to be successful this afternoon is that fastball changeup combo away and keep it down, and use his curveball for outs. Sees about 21% of his pitches curveballs. Fastball is 89-93.
First pitch in for a strike. AAA Salt Lake 4-1 with a 6.47 ERA, 74 hits and 57 innings of work. As he faces Malik Smith, Mariners center fielder, hitting .236 on the season. Modified windup. That breaking ball misses. Evens a count on a ball and a strike. Peters, 26 years of age, native of Indianapolis, Indiana. At the University of Texas. Hook 'em. 10th round pick of the Marlins. 2014. Smith shoots one down the left field line. This one's sliding toward the seats, and it does go out. Seemed like that ball had a little bit more break. I was going to hug the line for a little bit and it just kept slicing.
Anything hitting the air in the outfield will be a tough play. I've seen that over the years when it's sunny like it's on an afternoon game. Difficult to read the baseball.
One, two. Breaking ball misses. Alex Smith, 0 for 3 last night, was hit by a pitch. This is the first inning. Play in which the Angels challenged and then eventually lost that challenge. 2-2. And he got him. Good breaking ball. One away. Check out the Angels defensively behind Dylan Peters. We just saw Upton out in left field chasing the foul ball. Trout and Goodwin bringing up the rest of the outfield. Then you've got Fletcher, Simmons, Rengifo, Pujols from third to first. Garneau behind the plate.
And Rengifo has been solid at second base. 47 start this year, 985 fielding percentage. It's the 6th best in the American League. Love how he turns a double play with Andrelton Simmons as well.
J.P. Crawford looks at a strike.
See that curveball that Peters has. He stays on top. Good downward action on it. Well, the 6th break. Separation between his fastball 91-92 and 76 with his curveball.
1 ball, 1 strike. Crawford at .257. 21 extra base hits, 28 runs batted in. For 2 game with a walk and a sacrifice bunt last night. 1-1. 1-2.
Saw Peters. He threw quite a bit in spring training. That battle for those few spots in the rotation. Andrew Heaney was supposed to be the starter today, but placed on the IL. Shoulder issue, a little discomfort.
Got the bottom part of the strike zone, but Hudson not calling it. It's 2-2. Dillon picked up in a trade with the Marlins in November of last year, exchanged for Tyler Stevens, minor leaguer. Back toward the middle. Rengifo to his right. 2 down. So 2 quick outs for Peters and Domingo Santana coming up. Santana, .274 average with 19 home runs, 64 runs batted in. 0 for 4 last night with 3 strikeouts. There's no wind here this afternoon as that one on the outside part of the plate to even a count at 1-1.
We've had luck with the weather here the whole season, really. It's been great.
Last meeting between these 2 teams.
That is the thing that's shocking. Last meeting the entire year. both here and at home against the Mariners. And this game will decide who wins the season series, 9 apiece.
One-two pitch. Outside. The off-speed pitch. Evens up the count at 2-2. Angels down in order. Kikuchi picking up a strikeout. Peters trying to finish things off. Tim Beckham, the cleanup hitter today, is on deck. Fastball.
Wow, that's right in the strike zone.
Yep, popped out of the glove of Garneau. Full count.
This is right in the lower part of the strike zone. Although Garneau didn't frame it, didn't catch it, it's still a strike. Santana 284 versus lefties as compared to 271 versus right-handed pitchers.
So the payoff, and he walks it. 2-out free pass. So Beckham will come to the plate. Free swinger, and he'll hack early in the count. Back out in left field once again. First career start at left field last night. Finished the game at first base. 233 on the season. 14 home runs and 40 runs batted in. You have the yellow shoes today. And they're going with their old school unis. That is some serious accessorizing. Blue tape on the bat. Love it. Throw over to first. Santana easily back. Not a big lead for him.
Gets a fastball here. You got to be careful if you're Peters.
2 balls, no strikes. Two quick outs, strike on the ground down. But then the walk to Santana, now behind here. Beckham fouls it off, 2-1.
91-93 so far for Dylan Peters. Does have that good curveball. Looks in a solid change as well.
That's out towards center field. This will move Trout back. Mike onto the track, reaching back for the wall, makes the catch. And there's the third out of the first inning. One complete. Everybody's thirsty here on a warm afternoon. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Be able to watch NH West, but there's still time to take action. Call 1-866-FOX-FANS or visit keepmyhometeams.com and tell Dish and Sling to keep all your favorite Fox Sports West programming, including the Angels. No score here in the second inning. Upton, Simmons, and Pujols coming up. Justin comes in hitting .250, 2 doubles, 4 home runs, 9 runs batted in. Back in the lineup last night, went 0 for 4 with a walk. Upton, Simmons, and Pujols against Yusei Kikuchi. 2-0 is fouled off.
Pretty good pitch here, the hit. Challenge him with a fastball upstairs, and Upton just missed that one. See if he can get his timing together. It's been off as he works with that new stance.
Pulled foul.
Jeremy Reed working with him, trying to get his timing together. You look at Upton, when he starts getting on a roll, it's his ability, right center field. That's the ball he drives first and foremost. Then he'll start getting pitches on the inner half and pulling it.
2-2 now. Reaching forward. Gets him. One down.
Another pitch a little bit off the outside part of the plate. He's pulled off on and unable to make contact with. It's 29 strikeouts and 81 official at bats for Upton so far.
Angelton hitting .287 on the year. 5 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Ground ball left side. Crawford to his left. Well, that ball kind of picked up speed, didn't it? Nice play by JP. 2 down.
Yeah, Crawford's getting better and better. He's a solid player for Seattle. He can swing the bat well, but it's showing good range at shortstop as well. Came over in that Gene Segura trade with the Phillies. So in range, quick on the transfer, good off balance throw to the first base as well.
Albert hits one out toward right field. Santana moving back to the track, to the wall. That is gone. Big fly for Albert Pujols. The Angels have a 1-0 lead.
Streak continues for home runs for Seattle. Albert Pujols, a lot of his hits of late going that way, and pretty good pop to go the other way for Pujols. 15th home run, 57 RBIs. He is on a roll, Albert. And that's a fastball. Looked fastball early, got it, and went with the pitch and tried to pull it. That's the approach you want Justin Upton to take in Albert. And you see a reaction by Kikuchi. He's surprised. Well, you know what? Albert's going to the Hall of Fame before too long as well. Speaking of Hall of Fame days today. Now just 12 home runs away from Willie Mays. On the all-time home run list for Albert Pujols. 648. 19 RBIs versus the Mariners this year.
Goodwin takes a strike. It's 0-2.
And 16th home run by Kikuchi versus a right-handed batter.
Nice way to get the Angels' first hit of the afternoon. The Halos the early lead.
Albert's just one hit away from tying George Brett for 16th on the all-time hit list now.
You text George when he does?
Yeah.
Just to get a reaction?
Yeah, see what he says. And you can only imagine what he would say back.
.278 average for Goodwin. 7 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Goodwin slaps one out to left field, a base hit. He's going to try to stretch it into a double, and he's going to get there easily.
And when you hit a baseball like that, where a left fielder, not a lot of experience is playing, you think double right out of the batter's box, and that's what Goodwin did. Another fastball off the plate, punched it the other way, so a double going the other way and a home run going the other way. Last two batters against Kikuchi.
Lifted out toward shallow left. Crawford going out. Beckham coming in, dealing with that sunshine, and he makes the catch. Adventurous, but still makes the catch for the third out. But Albert Pujols gives the Angels the early 1-0 lead, going the opposite way.
Oh, what a swing that was. A fastball, 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Little off the plate, went with it. Home run to right for Pujols.
And Seager in the Mariners half. .300 average for Narvaez, the DH. 16 home runs, 39 runs batted in. One.
Peters with that abbreviated wind-up, as if he's in a stretch.
Three and one now. Tom Murphy, who swung the bat well against the Angels, is the man on deck. He's the catcher. And a leadoff walk.
Yeah, Murphy hit .393 this year against the Angels. 5 home runs, 13 RBI. He's got 22 RBIs on the season. 13 of them have been against the Angels.
.275 batting average, 6 doubles, 9 home runs, and 22 runs batted in, as you mentioned. .309 on base percentage. Don't have to be overly concerned with Narvaez at first base, a catcher by trade. 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
.28 pitches for Peters to this point. 13 strikes. So more pitches out of the strike zone than in the strike zone so far for Dillon.
Murphy skies one out toward left field. Upton get around the baseball to follow it all the way in.
Yeah, you'll see
catch.
Outfielders try to turn their body so they're not looking straight up at the sun as much as possible in a high fly ball. Trying to track that baseball, trying to turn the body and make it a little easier play for him as that high fly ball works its way into his glove.
Kyle Seager get it going for Seattle this year. 188 batting average. 6 home runs and 18 runs batted in. The 0-1. Seager's hit 163 against left-handed pitching this year. Former 3rd-round pick, University of North Carolina. That was in 2009. Fouls it back. Still has 2 more years on his contract. A 7-year deal that Jack Zarinzik, the previous general manager, gave him. The contract started in 2015.
There for a while, he was a doubles machine. You see that average over 7 seasons, 34 doubles.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Career .255 hitter. His best season, as far as average is concerned, .278.
It's a good job as far as staying inside against left-handed pitching with 41 home runs off of lefties. Most. It's 2015. Cole behind him.
This is lifted out to center. Playable for Trout. Two down. Narvaez back to first.
3 of the 5 outs for Peters today have been in the air so far. A lot of times we think about Dylan Peters, you think about somebody in the lower part of the strike zone with his fastball and his secondary pitches.
Austin Nola, the first baseman, .333. Couple of doubles, couple of home runs, 3 runs batted in. Narvaez with the leadoff walkover at first base. Courtesy throw over. Dylan at 35 pitches so far, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. What a 1. Good location. Out to right field, chasing. Good one back. Still drifting back. He'll turn around and make the catch as he backpedals onto the track. Shutdown inning for Dylan Peters with the Angels up 1-0.
No, but his fastball was successful, and then the adjustment made as well by the hitters against him. See if it continues here in this inning.
9-1-2 for the Angels. Rengifo, Fletcher, and Trout. Kikuchi with a couple of strikeouts. Luis looks at strike 1, .261 average. Angels second baseman, 3 home runs at 21 RBIs. Trout due up third. Fletcher's on deck. Gets jammed, lofts one out toward shallow right center field. Gordon going out. And is about as nonchalant as possible, makes the catch.
Back to what the Angels have done early and then made the adjustment against Kikuchi and his fastball. Mike Trout jammed on a fastball inside ground ball. Ohtani takes a 93-mile-an-hour fastball down. Justin Upton chases one away, 93, but Albert Pujols gets that fastball away. The adjustment made, seeing what he was trying to do, hits that one out. Same thing with the fastball away for Goody, going the other way for a double.
Fletcher looks at a strike. David popped out his first time up. It'll be interesting to see what Albert does the next time up. As clearly as you watch that replay, Murphy was set up in, so missed location by Kikuchi. But it also looked like Albert was looking away and looking to go that way.
He's watching what he's been trying to do, especially with his fastball for the most part.
That home run takes his average to an even 250 on the year. Oh, 2 to David. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball to third. 2 down. Here comes Trout.
Yeah, in the opening we talked about how the Angels have hit him so well. .413 batting average against Kikuchi for the hitters for the Angels against him this year, but the rest of the league is .245. Sometimes it's hard to explain why some hitters have success against a team. Some hitters just cover certain pitchers no matter what. You see the baseball better out of their hands. And that seems to be the case for the Angels against Kikuchi.
Breaking ball. This is downstairs. Mike grounded out to Nola in the first inning, the first baseman. Two and 0. How would you grade out Kikuchi's first season in the big leagues right now?
It's a work in progress. I think he gave the hitters too much credit. He went away from his fastball, a lot more off-speed pitches. But the last couple times we've seen him, his fastball, he's been throwing it more and it's more effective. Even the 2 outs in this inning been better with his fastball. So often you get caught up into you seeing these guys in the highlights are hitting home runs off fastballs. You go away from that. You throw your slider, your curve, your split. But his fastball is good enough. He's got good deception with it as well. Shift on with Mike Trout, but Mike Trout used the whole field well. See that at some clubs will put the shift on. Houston being another club will do that to Trout.
Backdoor breaking ball, full count. Walked him with 2 outs. First free pass issued by Kikuchi. Shohei will come up.
It wasn't a bad pitch. It missed. Didn't miss by a whole lot in 93. Kikuchi wanted it. And somebody in the dugout is saying that was a strike as well to Hudson. Scott Service wasn't real happy with that.
Shohei struck out looking dead the first inning. 1-0 Halos. We're in the third.
Pretty amazing though, these two went to the same high school, not at the same time. Still pretty cool.
Reaching for it, D. Gordon. Second baseman has it. Angels are done here in the third. We're off to the bottom of the inning with the Angels leading it. lot of things you could do down there at the public market. Pick up flowers, like Tom Taylor did, perhaps, maybe. For you, Gooby.
Yeah.
Chicken livers. What's the thing that people like to eat here? The cheeks, right? It's halibut cheeks. You ever had that?
No.
You've had those? They're fried? Oh, you last Friday. Are they good? Yeah. Halibut cheeks, not my thing. Cheese curds? So you're writing all this stuff down, right, for the next time you come to Seattle?
Yeah, definitely. Must-haves.
I've had friends that swear by the whole halibut cheek things, and I like halibut. I just no. How about that? Do you like scallops?
Yes.
You do like scallops?
Yes.
Well, it tastes like scallops then. This was line beyond the reach of Rengifo. He gored John Board with the leadoff single.
Well, then I'll have scallops.
Bingo, yeah. That's the best. It tastes like chicken.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, do you ever have frog legs before? I go, no. He goes, it tastes like chicken. I say, well, I'll have chicken then.
Exactly. How many times have you been down through that place?
Many times. It is really cool.
Did you throw the fish?
No.
Never have?
No. You?
One time, years ago. Pretty cool. Not your thing?
No, I just don't.
But just to say that you've done it?
No.
What are you afraid of, Mark Gubiza?
No. I just feel bad.
You feel bad?
Yeah.
For what?
Just tossing the fish around.
He gone.
Yeah.
Malik Smith struck out on the first. The only strikeout for Dylan Peters.
Peters has one career pickoff.
One-two count. And with Gordon to first base, you always have to pay attention with his speed. 16 stolen bases, been caught twice.
A little bigger lead this time for Gordon. Let's make him stop.
1-2.
Gotta lean back.
He was shuffling back, and now he kind of throws his hands up. Over to Perry Hill, the first base coach. Is it to say, I don't know. Hear that? Or Perry Hill said back.
Yeah. Like, hello? I'm not reading him real well. Or he could be just setting him up.
Yeah. Gordon will lead off single over at first.
I don't think they're yelling out Lou for Lou Piniella.
No. I think you're only helping the base runner when you do that over and over again, because he's reading it. 1-2. Smith chops one over to third. Fletcher over to Rengifo. Can they turn the double play? No. Wow. Alex Smith called safe at first.
He may be checking that one.
Yeah, very close. I thought they got him.
Well, he is fast to be able to beat this one out. High fastball. It's a quick turn by Fletcher to Rengifo.
No challenge. So J.B. Crawford coming up. One burner replaces another at first base. Malik Smith. 27 stolen bases. Crawford grounded out in the first. The splits for Crawford, lefties versus righties.
Lefties in this lineup for Peters today. Well, even though it's not a big sample size, sure, he has given up a higher batting average versus lefties compared to righties for Peters, 316 to 250. And Smith going back as well on that move to home. Bringing that leg up close enough to the pitching rubber where he's not crossing the rubber all the time, and base runners have a tough time reading that.
One-two, bouncer over to first, and it's foul. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes.
Watching some of the Hall of Fame ceremonies today, Steve Carlton had a great move. Some people might say it was a balk. It was tough to read whether he was going home or throwing the first base. Andy Pettit had a great one. Kenny Rogers.
Got him picked off. Albert's got to get rid of it quickly, and a quick tag by Andrew Simmons.
Been some collisions between Simmons and Smith in this series at second base on a pickoff. First game. When that slide there once again, Pujols got to get rid of it quickly. Quick tag by Simba. And a hard tag to boot. Second career pickoff for Dylan Peters.
1-2 to Crawford. Back toward the middle. Jam shot. It's going to be a tough play for Rengifo. Off balance throw. Got him. Nice play by Luis. No damage.
Refreshing.
Top of the fourth. Halo's up 1-0. Courtesy of the Albert Pujols home run. That was in the second inning. Upton, Simmons, and Pujols. Yusei Kikuchi with a couple of strikeouts and a walk.
I mean, look at those numbers, how he's had such a tough time against lefties. When you look back throughout his career, he's crushed them. Tells you one thing, he's trying to pull the baseball. Lefties are staying away against him, off the plate.
Upton struck out in the second inning.
So you're going back inside.
This is lifted foul.
And his next pitch, I would be shocked if he went anywhere near the inside part of the plate. See if Jay Up can make that adjustment, hit the ball to right center.
3-2 now. Up to strikes out for the first down here, the fourth.
And off speed, went away with it. Outer part of the plate again.
Tapper found the balls a strike on Edgerton Simmons. Grounded out to short in the second inning. Lifted out to shallow left center. Crawford calling for it. 2 down. Here comes Albert. Homer going the opposite way in the second inning. His 15th of the year, 57th run batted in.
.91-mile-an-hour fastball away, missed location, but Albert was looking away, using that lower part of his body over the last 5-6 games, looking to hit the ball to right field, allowing the baseball to get deeper.
Ground ball left side toward the hole. Crawford to the backhand. Almost comes up with it cleanly. And Albert has his second hit of the afternoon. 2-out single. Albert with that home run now with 648.
It's tied George Brett. All-time hit list. It's that ball in the hole. Crawford gets that baseball in the outfield grass, but in the quick to get up from the transfer, unable to control the baseball. And Albert, an infield hit.
Crawford, or pardon me, Goodwood doubled out to shallow left field. His first AB takes a strike. No Cole Calhoun today, so good at getting the start out in right field. The double for Brian, his 16th of the year. Eventually stranded in scoring position. Goodwin shoots one out to left field, and that ball has got some carry to it. Tim Beckham back to the wall, gone. Brian Goodwin goes oppo. 2-run shot, 3-0 Halos.
Boy, Goody done good twice today. Double, now 2-run home run. Both hits to left field. This one over the wall in left field for Goody. So 2 home runs today by the Halos against Kikuchi, giving them 8 this season against them. Expanding the lead now to 3-0. Another fastball, double with off a fastball his first at bat. Now a 2-run home run versus a 92-mile-an-hour fastball by Goody.
Well, 2-out rally started by the infield base hit by Albert. Way inside to Garno. 1-0 count. Dustin a flying ball to left field to end the second, so he's 0 for 1.
So I just text George Brett to see how the response is. Albert Pujols has tied you on an infield hit.
On an infield hit?
Yes.
So you had to stir the pot with the infield hit comment, right? Stir the old hornet's nest.
He used to always tell me that. You know what? That's one thing I didn't get a whole lot of is infield hits. And Albert, not a whole lot of infield hits as well. But that one, he tied him.
Especially of late. Hey, whatever works. Over to third, that's foul. Two-hit game for Pujols.
was talking to Albert today earlier. He said he's feeling pretty good with that little bit of a cramp or strained hamstring. So far, so good. And Goody did him a nice favor by allowing him to cruise around the bases on a home run, and he was able to do so on his own home run.
Over to third. That is a fair ball, bobbled by Seager, and Garneau has himself an infield base hit.
All this with 2 outs.
Although I think if Seager doesn't bobble that baseball, they get Garneau.
Yeah, hit well by Garneau, but with that arm that Seager has, he's going to be able to throw him out. Heel the glove. Quickly gets back into the play, but Garneau beats it out for an infield hit.
Kikuchi had 58 pitches, and they visit with him. Gives us the moment to get a word in from Hyundai.
The Hyundai Epic Summer Clearance. Visit your local Hyundai dealer or buyhyundai.com for details.
Luis Rengifo coming up. He popped out his first plate appearance. Luis popped out to D. Gordon leading off the third inning. Flares this one out to right field. Santana, long run, and not going to get it. Goes off his glove. That will allow Garneau to come in to score. Rengifo's going to keep on chugging to third. 4-0 Halos. Rengifo with a triple. That's his third of the season.
22nd RBI. Santana goes in for the slide and unable to get to that baseball, and it kicked away from him. It allows Garneau to come all the way around to score, and Rengifo to pick up a triple. Another hit on a fastball. Try to slide in to make the play, unable to do so. And Garneau picking up Mike Gallego. Rengifo doing the same, going in there for a triple.
4 straight 2-out hits for the Angels. Top of the order now in Fletcher. Little dribbler toward third. Seager's got to come in on an off balance throw, and not in time. RBI infield base hit. It is 5-0.
A little bit of everything in this inning going against Kikuchi. Making contact and running hard down the line. David Fletcher, an RBI infield single as well.
It'll bring Trout to the plate now with 2 outs and a man on. Fletcher picks up his 34th run batted in.
Just like in last night's game in the 9th inning where that pop-up falls in for Rengifo. 2 outs, nothing going on. Albert Pujols an infield hit. And then you look up, 4 runs scored.
Trout grounded out of the first inning, walked in the third. Equal with the RBI triple, third triple, 22nd RBI.
It's a pretty good hack. Fastball upper quadrant in the strike zone.
Movement in the Mariners bullpen, but nobody's loosening as of yet. Kikuchi's at 62 pitches. And really, the one pitch he'd like to have back is the one to Goodwin. It wasn't an overly poor pitch thrown to him. Better just a piece of hitting by Bryant.
Hasn't tried to do a whole lot at the batter's box. He's just letting the baseball travel deep in the outside part of the plate. Twice extra base hits on a fastball away for Goodwin against Kikuchi today.
1-2 count on Mike. Fletcher over at first. Not a big lead. Seven hits allowed by Kikuchi now against the Angels this afternoon. .38 total hits, 5 starts, including today. Ground ball to short. Crawford is there. They force out Fletcher for the 3rd out, but the Angels strike for 4 runs. Infield base hit by Albert Pujols started things off with Brian Goodwin the opposite way.
Love how he let that baseball get deep in the zone. 2-run home run for Goodwin.
Sunday and Cooper newest members of baseball's immortality. Mike Mussina, Edgar Martinez, Harold Baines, Lee Smith, Mariano Rivera, and the late Roy Doc Halladay inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame today. And there's our old friend Tim Mead, the new president of the Baseball Hall of Fame, holding the plaques and taking the pictures.
Pretty impressive class going into the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
By the way, speaking of Hall of Famers, I just got off the phone with George. He goes, tell Albert congratulations, and tying him on the infield hit. He goes, you know what? I can vouch for that. I had no infield hits.
None?
Yeah.
None.
That's what he was saying.
None. All right, we're going to research that now.
Yes. He's always been a huge fan of Albert Pujols, so he said that's pretty cool that Albert tied him on that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
If he had no infield base hits.
Flat out said I can vouch for that because I said we were talking about that. But especially on the turf, I imagine there's a couple that, you know, he had to get a couple off the plate and then that turf
chopper or something, right?
Yeah.
Three balls and a strike to Santana, leading off this 4th inning. Dylan Peters is walked 2, struck out 1, and allowed 2 hits. Santana 3 for 27 since the All-Star break. And with a 5-0 lead, Peters just needs to throw strikes. Challenge him upstairs. Full boat. Back him on deck. Dribbling toward 3rd, that goes foul.
Yeah, and you look at Albert, how well he's hit the baseball today with an infield hit and a home run the other way. Edgar Martinez is one of those guys too. When you watched him swing the bat, there was not one area of the plate you felt comfortable attacking him at. He can go inside out, hit the ball to right field. 2 strikes on him. He's hitting the ball hard back up the middle the other way. Early in counts, he will turn on pitches inside. He's had power. Never really felt comfortable throwing any pitch to him. He was going to hit the baseball hard. He came up as a 3rd baseman. And hamstring issues were a big reason where the majority of his hits and games played at the designated hitter role.
Santana hits with a short. 1 away. This is Edgar Martinez from the podium in Cooperstown, New York today.
This is a day I never could have ever imagined happening when I was growing up in Puerto Rico, or when I was in minor leagues wondering when my chance would come. And honestly, there were times over the last 10 years I wasn't sure was going to happen. So thank you once again to everyone along the way who made this dream come true. I am so grateful and proud. Thank you.
Edgar Martinez, one of the 6 inducted today. Now is the shot on the right is here at Safeco. As the gates are open at 10:30 for Mariner fans to come in and watch the entire ceremony up on the big screen.
Yeah, a lot of them here to watch that. So happy for Edgar. Batting champ in 92, 95, 7-time All-Star. One of 9 ever with at least the 300 career batting average, 300 home runs, 1,200 RBIs, 500 doubles, and a 400 on base percentage. He did not chase out of the strike zone. He made you throw strikes.
This one's down to shallow left field, and that's going to fall in. Backup's on board. A 1-out single. We'll bring up the DH for Seattle, Omar Narvaez.
And in that class out there, Rivera, unreal. Roy Halladay too. He was an old throwback. He never wanted to come out of games. Complete games, no hitters. Roy Halladay, Doc Halladay. He was about as competitive as any starting pitcher you would ever see. That movement he had on his fastball, his cut fastball, was excellent. Threw a lot of strikes, and he worked incredibly fast.
Both Messina and Halladay going in with no logo on their cap.
It's also great to see Lee Smith going in. He deserved to be in there a long time ago.
Lee Arthur.
He may have taken a while to get from the bullpen to the mound, but once he got on the mound, that game was over.
Two-0. 3-0.
Remember, Troy Percival told me he learned so much from Lee Smith when they were together with the Angels. Went in as a Chicago Cub. Intimidating force, but right after you. A lot of fastballs, and also had a good breaking ball as well with Lee Smith. Made the All-Star team in '95 wearing that Angel uniform. You know, Tim Meade was happy, smiling. He was smiling when he saw Vlad Guerrero there being introduced, as well as Burt Blyleven. That's always a smile with Tim Meade and Burt Blyleven.
Full count now. There's payoff. Fouled off. Reset and do it again.
Trying to think the class of 2020. Is Jeter eligible yet?
He should be pretty close. Now the payoff looked like he went around that time, and he did. He gets rung up. He was headed back to the dugout, so he knew it. 2 down.
Tied him up inside after a break ball, 3-1 break ball, and followed by another one away. That fastball had some movement to it. Couldn't hold up, was looking away, got the express in.
Yeah, Jeter is. First year eligibility: Jeter, Bobby Abreu, Jason Giambi, Cliff Lee, Rafi Furcal, Eric Chavez. Chavi's on this trip.
Yes.
Josh Beckett, Brian Roberts, Alfonso Soriano. What a pretty good career Alfonso Soriano had. Carlos Pena, Paul Konerko.
Paul Konerko had a solid career as well.
Sean Figgins, Marco Scudero, Raul Ibanez, Brad Penny, Jason Bartlett, to name a few. J.J. Putz, former closer for Seattle. The big donkey, Adam Dunn. He's on the ballot for the first time, or will be.
Lots of home runs.
Yeah.
It'll be a packed house next year as well. Huge crowd here in Cooperstown today. How about Bernie Williams doing the Star Spangled Banner go a la Jimi Hendrix way?
Yep.
That was incredible.
Our good friend Joe Saunders will be on the ballot for the first time. 2 balls and a strike. What do you think out of that group? Jeter?
Jeter. Alfonso Soriano, that was my son's favorite player for a lot of years.
Alfonso Soriano?
Yes, he loved watching him play. He had unreal power.
Yeah. 412 career home runs, 270 career average. That is ripped out to left field. Upton not going to chance to play the carom as it goes over the wall. That'll perhaps save a run. Second to third, and there's that Tom Murphy guy again. Two-out double puts runners at second and third.
His numbers this year off the charts against the Angels. Now 12 for 30. Straight up 400 batting average.
Seager pops it up. First pitch swinging, then he flings the bat, and it goes all the way to the screen in front of the Mariner dugout. Seager really chapped it now as he takes off the helmet. No damage. 5-0. Angels lead it. Bernie Williams in Cooperstown.
So cool. 8th. Tani against Kikuchi. Say Kikuchi going away. Opposite field home run for Ohtani. That was back-to-back-to-back home runs. Shohei Ohtani showing the power. Going all the way for a home run for Ohtani.
Kikuchi back out of the mound here, the 5th inning. 4 runs came across in the 4th, all with 2 outs. Angels lead at 5-0. Ohtani, Upton, and Simmons coming up. No balls and a strike. Shohei struck out looking at the first, grounded out in the 3rd. He'll drive this one out to left center field. This one has a chance to get out of here, and it's off the wall. Ohtani easily to second base. The leadoff double, just missing a home run.
It was the exact same spot we just showed in our Coors Light refreshing finish of a home run against Kikuchi. This one off the wall by Ohtani. Fastball away. Another hit on a fastball against Kikuchi. Good adjustment by the hitters today on his fastball after some success early on for Kikuchi getting outs with that pitch.
Upton twice has struck out against Kikuchi. He has 2 of the 3 strikeouts that the left-handers picked up. That is ripped down the left field line. That'll go for extra bases. Ohtani will come in to score. Back-to-back doubles by Otani and Upton. 6-0 Halos.
That's to make Justin Upton feel good with a swing like that. Third double, 10th RBI now this year for J-Up. Scoring Shohei Otani, who doubled off the wall. Went on the inner half of the plate. He showed how Upton has struggled on the outer half. Inside part, though, lines it into the corner for a double.
Matter of fact, the first 2 at-bats, which resulted in strikeouts, were on pitches away. Pitchers sometimes, maybe on occasion, outthink themselves.
Every blue moon.
But is that a blue moon with a slice of orange? As that ground out advances Upton over to third. 1 out. Matt Carasetti getting ready now.
Let's take a look at our tools of the trade with Albert Pujols coming to the plate. Brought to you by Ram Trucks. The approach on that fastball going away and trying to hit the ball the other way. Albert Pujols homers to right field. Double the other way for Goody. Albert Pujols another fastball, that adjustment with the hands, infield hit, and then Goody goes 2-run home run the other way on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball away. So adjusting to the fastball against Kikuchi twice this inning as well for 2 doubles.
One-0 pitch on the way. Albert lifts one out toward left field. Beckham dealing with that sunshine. Tagging, it appears, is Upton. He's coming home. The throw from Beckham is not in time. A sacrifice fly for Albert Pujols, his second RBI of the night.
Game Albert Pujols is having.
Seven 0 Angels.
2,040 career RBIs now for Pujols, with 2 today. 33 RBIs for Pujols in his last 31 games. Remarkable numbers this year over that stretch for Pujols.
Two outs, bases clear. Ryan Goodwin takes a breaking ball inside.
Also
Goodwin with a double and a home run.
Victor now 20 RBI this year for Pujols against Seattle.
Cued towards short. That one, like a big hop off the mound. Throw pulls Nola off the base, but nice quick tag. The Angels add 2, and we'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Halos on top. TV for the details. Back-to-back doubles for the Angels and a sacrifice fly extends the Angel lead to 7-0 here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Seattle with 8, 9, and 1 coming up, and Nola, Gordon, and Smith against Dylan Peters. Hold 1.
17 batters faced 9 times first pitch strike for Peters today.
No balls, 2 strikes. Peters 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 hits allowed.
It's that good combo I was talking about with Peters. Fastball away followed by a changeup, the fade off the outside corner. Now let's see if he finishes him off with his curveball.
The old 0-2 fastball upstairs. .76 pitches for the lefty. One down. We haven't been able to verify anything, Gooby, but because you can only go back a certain amount of time as far as research is concerned for infield hits.
Yeah.
But Albert apparently has 161 in his career, which I can't believe.
Yeah.
161 infield base hits. That right there just blows my mind.
Yeah. That really surprised me.
All I could say is that from 1987 this way, George Brett didn't have one. I know someone on
Twitter said that last hit he had.
No. It was a 75 hopper up the middle.
And made it into the outfield.
Yeah,
grass.
that the
I was there for
shortstop
that
kind
one.
of slowed down for.
Yeah. Oh, you know, it was a warm day.
Yeah. It picked up speed. No, it didn't. It actually slowed down.
It was the old ballpark. It was quick infield.
But that actually got out to the outfield grass.
That's why I was
and
trying
fielded by the center fielder.
Yeah, I was trying to explain that to somebody on social media about that. It's because I was actually there for that one. It was a great effort, though, by the infielder to try to make that play.
This is going to be a tough play. Just put it in your pocket. Infield base hit.
Speaking of infield hits, it's funny, George Brett had said all along he wanted his last at bat, he wanted to hit a ground ball to second base because that's what he always did. Because when he was in a slump, that's all he would do was roll over, hit a ground ball to second base, and just continue to run, pass the bag, and just run and leave the stadium. That's what he said. When he retired, we bought him a canoe because he said that you could put 9 infielders in a canoe. When I'm struggling, put them all at second base, and I'll hit that ground ball right into that canoe every single time. So that was our departing gift. We gave him a big canoe, and he had it in his locker there for a while.
Pretty incredible career.
Yeah, you witnessed a lot of it.
Yeah, that's crazy that he came up. He played with my dad, played with you, and then he played with Hal McRae's son.
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean that's.
Yeah.
And Brian McRae and I are the same age.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Had to be managed by Hal McRae as well.
Yeah, right.
And John Wathen, another teammate of his.
Malik Smith 0 for 2, strikeout the fielder's choice. No balls, 2 strikes. It was 3 times that George led the league in triples, including one year in which he had 20.
Still amazing he led the league in hitting in 3 different decades. Nobody's ever done that. So far, so good for Dylan Peters. Trying to get through at least his 5th inning, if not further in the game.
1-2. Check swing. Didn't go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. How many career triples do you think George had?
I'm going to say 147.
No, 137.
Really?
Yeah. I see. I never would have guessed that many. Now, I know that the ballpark played big, and with the turf and everything, the ball would roll around.
I mean, Willie Wilson had a boatload as well.
Yeah, but Willie could run.
Yeah.
2-2.
George even had some stolen bases as well in his career, as I recall.
Early on.
200?
To 201, yeah. He got to 20 twice in his career. Smith goes down swinging.
Dylan Peters with a strikeout there. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Has thrown the ball well. He's mixed the match with his fastball. He's also had that good curveball work. It's 76-mile-an-hour curveball. Runs his fastball. Good movement in the inside part of the plate. Upper part of the zone. Gets a pop-up. A angry Kyle Seager on that one. And then a high fastball against Nola. And then another fastball swing and miss for Peters. 4 in the game. 2 walks.
J.P. Crawford 0 for 2, twice has grounded out to Rengifo. Popped up, might be playable for Fletcher, and no, it goes off the railing. So it didn't jam that wrist or anything.
Had some sound to it when it hit that railing. As he reaches with his glove, wrist turns.
One and two.
Just watching David Fletcher down there with that wrist in the glove, moving it around.
It's like Eric Swanson's going to pitch the 6th inning. Crawford hits one out to center. Trout's there. 5 complete. Angels on top 7-0. Top of the 6th inning, Eric Swanson takes over on the mound. And one quick correction: Fox Sports West would not broadcast the Memorial live tomorrow. It'll broadcast at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. Eric Swanson 1-5 with an 8.10 ERA. 8 games, 7 starts. Takes over for Yusei Kikuchi, who ended up going 5 innings. 7 runs on 9 hits for the left-hander with 3 strikeouts and 1 walk. 8-9-1 coming up for the Angels. Garneau, Rengifo, and Fletcher. Garneau 1 for 2, singled and scored in the 4th. It was a stretch of 5 consecutive 2-out hits for the Angels. Eventually netted them 4 runs.
Another game where Kikuchi struggled, giving up 7 earned runs against the Angels in 5 innings pitched. 9 hits.
Kikuchi's season ERA jumps to 5.37. Noe Ramirez getting ready.
And when you take away the starts against the Angels, he's had a pretty solid season, Kikuchi.
Garneau lifts it foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's interesting, another person on social media mentioned George Brett only struck out 22 times the whole season. 1980 when he hit 390.
Crawford retires Garneau. 1 down. Rengifo spins around. He's 1 for 2. Tripled home a run and scored. His last at bat. Triple for Luis' third. The RBI is 22nd. 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors, 3 left on for the Angels. No runs, 4 hits, no errors. Seattle is stranded 5. Two and 1. He's the man who broke up the perfect game for Mike Leake on Friday night. First batter in the 9th inning.
The way Leake was thrown throughout the game, you were thinking there's no way. And Rengifo was able to break that up. And when you go back to that last outing for Leake, he went 2/3 of an inning on that Friday night in which the Angels threw a no-hitter against Seattle. That game will also be replayed tomorrow night.
Back to the mound. Swanson has it. 2 down. David Fletcher coming up. 1 for 3. Singled home a run in the 4th. Swanson, the 25-year-old Ohio native, Rangers 8th round pick back in 2014.
His fastball is going to range 90-95, slider, changeup.
Swanson, one of 3 players picked up from the Yankees this past offseason in exchange for James Paxton.
The Yankees finally lost a game today. Colorado beat them 8-4. Aaron Boone okay now? After getting ejected from the game the other day?
Yeah.
And now the Yankees
decompress.
Yeah, the Yankees have the highest winning percentage in baseball now.
1-2. Called strike 3 of the Angels down in order. Fletcher didn't like that call. We get to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 7-0 Halos. SpectrumMobile.com today. And by Infinity. Empower the drive. Beautiful weekend here in Seattle. The Angels and the Mariners split the first 2 games of this series. Halos on top here 7-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Noe Ramirez gets introduced to the Mariners faithful. This will be Noe's 34th appearance. 4-1 with a 3.21 ERA. 58 strikeouts, 15 walks, and 47 plus innings.
No matter what role Brett Ausmus has put him in, he's been very solid. Fastball is 88-90. Will run that upper part of the strike zone, but good sweeping breakable and solid changeup for Noe.
Santana, Beckham, and Narvaez in the Mariners half of the 6th. So Peters 5 innings today. 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Santana with a walk and a ground down. 0 for 1.
Back-to-back pretty solid starts for Angels starters. Griffin Canning yesterday, 5 good innings, 2 runs allowed. Dylan Peters today, 5 innings, no runs allowed.
Little dribbler. Going to be a tough play. Fletcher barehands it. Santana with the infield base hit.
There's been quite a few of them today.
Tim Beckham coming up.
Playing back. Fletcher would be with that count. Just to come in, makes a nice play on it, but Santana runs well, beats it out for an infield hit. Did everything well. Unable to get Santana at first.
One ball, no strikes to Beckham. Left fielder, 1 for 2. Singled in the 4th. Houston today beat Texas 5-3. The Rangers have lost 7 straight now. They'll be coming up here to start a series tomorrow night. 2 balls, no strikes. The start of the day, the Angels and the Rangers tied for 3rd American League West. Able to pick up the victory today. They'll be there by themselves. 12 back. Texas falls to 13 back. Oakland is currently leading Minnesota at Target Field.
They were down early in the game, but Oakland came back again.
Took 1.
Wild card standings with Cleveland playing well. They're going to be possibly only 2 games behind Minnesota if Minnesota loses the game against Oakland tonight.
Boston was shut out by Baltimore 5-0.
There would be no hit into the 6th inning into that game.
Foul back, full count. Santana with an infield base hit to open up the 6th. 3-2, way outside. And the first 2 have reached to start the 6th inning. Hey, join us next Saturday, the 27th. Orioles are in town. It's a 6:07 start. First 30,000 fans in attendance receive a Trout 27 hat courtesy of your SoCal Honda dealers. For more information, go to angels.com/promotions. Narvaez 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. Doug Peters, by the way, threw 90 pitches today in his 5 innings. Spot start. Ground ball right side. Rengifo gloves it. Handled to Simmons for 1. Easy relay to first, double play.
That's an impressive double play. The range for Rengifo. Good throw to Simmons. 4-6-3 double play. And Anderson Simmons pointing over the Rengifo saying that was a good play and a good throw to second. Hitting that hole between first and second, spins around quickly over the Anderson Simmons. Solid effort, turning a double play. Started by Rengifo at second, and Simba could throw to Pujols.
Tom Murphy 1 for 2 in the double. Pretty good pitch, not called. 1-1. Kyle Seager, man on deck. Murphy goes down swinging. Infield base hit to open up the 6th inning. Stranded on the base paths. We're off to the 7th with the Angels on top.
After 6 innings, 41-2. They're leading here after 6 innings. The White Sox 32-1. The Rays 51-3. And the Astros also 51-3 when leading after 6 innings.
Up 7-0 here in the 7th. Mike Trout to lead things off. Eric Swanson back out for his 2nd inning of relief. Trout, Ohtani, and Upton coming up. Trout 0 for 2 with a walk. One. Trout fouls it off. 1-2. Alberto Mejia picked up off waivers from the Minnesota Twins yesterday. Was on the active roster yesterday, getting ready. Kill pitch the bottom of the 7th. Now the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Angels will go home. They'll have the off day tomorrow. Be at Dodger Stadium on Tuesday and Wednesday. Check swing foul. Orioles coming to town for a 4-game set beginning on Thursday night. The Tigers in for 3 beginning a week from tomorrow. The Angels back out on the road. Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Boston.
Long road trip.
Trout hammers one out to deep left field. Beckham moving back at the wall. Gone. Big fly for Mike Trout. 2nd consecutive game in which he is homered, and it's 8-0 Angels.
41 now. Career home runs for Trout against Seattle. 24 in this ballpark. Not necessarily known for a home run ballpark, home run hitters ballpark, but Trout has made it so. Change up. It's our top tier play brought to you by Arco. For Trout, again, another home run, 32 on the season, 79 RBI. Top tier play brought to you by Arco.
Shohei hits one back up the middle. He picks up his 2nd hit of the game. 2 for 4.
Mike Trout with 10 home runs at his last 12 games. That baseball was rocketed back up the middle again by Ohtani.
There's Upton. Nobody out in the 7th. Upton doubled home run in the 5th inning. 1 for 3 this afternoon. 1-1. Halos with 144 home runs on the season. 145, pardon me. I forget there's 3 hit today. Pujols, the second inning. Goodwin in the 4th, and now Trout here the 7th. Noel will play behind Ohtani at first base with nobody out in the 7th and an 8-0 Angels lead. 11 hits so far. This one sharply hit, and Gordon smothers it, flips it to Crawford. That's the only play they're going to make. 1 down.
Like that swing, though, for Upton hitting the ball hard to that part of the field. Even though it's an out, it's a good swing for a J-up. Mike Trout with a home run today, tying GA on the all-time home run list is an Angel. Mike Trout moving up all kinds of lists with the Angels. 272 career home runs, tying GA for second all-time. Tim Salmon at the top of 299.
Enjoy it while you can, Tim. Wherever you may be.
He's probably checking in, watching it today.
Hamilton fouls it off. No balls, 2 strikes. Angel shortstops 0 for 3. One to 2 now. Albert's on deck. Out toward right center field, Malik Smith and Domingo Santana, and Upton is going to get doubled up. Justin lost the track of outs. 1 run in on the home run by Trout, opening up the 7th inning.
32nd home run this year for Trout. 79 RBIs. 24 here in this yard for Trouty.
The newest Angel, Alberto Mejia, the 26-year-old from the Dominican Republic, picked up off waivers yesterday. 13 games with the Twins this year, 0-2 with an 8.80 ERA, 15 and a third innings, 16 hits, 15 strikeouts, and 12 walks.
Yeah, command an issue for him with the walk total. Fastball is 91-96 with a slider, occasional curveball, and changeup.
He has 6 starts at the minor league level this year in the Twins system. Total of 7 innings. He's had a couple of cups of coffee with the big leagues the last couple of years. Go back to 2016, 1 game. In 2018, or 17, I should say, with the Twins. He pitched in 21 games, made 21 starts. And in 2018, 5 games, 4 starts. Christopher Negron, pinch hitting here to open up this bottom of the 7th. This is Kyle Seager's spot. He ended up going 0 for 2.
And he was really frustrated his last at bat.
Negron 0 for 6. Two balls, 1 strike.
firm fastball, 95.
Little bouncer. Simmons has to come in on it. Bare-handed, off-balance throw. Gets Negron for the first out. Nice play by Andrelton.
The only chance he has of making that play with the bare hand. Not only does that, but still a lot on the throw as well for Simba. Off balance, accurate throw to Pujols.
Max Kepler walked off on the Oakland Athletics. Twins pick up the finale. That game at Target Field.
And Mejia, when you see that walk total this year, you think maybe he's flying up a little bit too quick. But so far today, good balance, driving toward the plate, keeping that front shoulder in, driving with that back hip towards the plate as well.
Foul at the plate. 1-2. Offset Nola, the first baseman's 0 for 2. A fly ball to right and a strikeout.
When you look up Oakland, though, even with that loss today, 57-43. Very similar role that they were on last year when they ended up winning with 97 games.
Five hits for Seattle. Noe Ramirez allowed 1 hit and 1 walk issued and 1 strikeout in his 6th inning of relief. Two balls, 2 strikes. Two. Back toward the middle of the base hit. Under the glove of Mejia. D. Gordon coming to the plate. Multi-hit game with 2 singles. Last one an infield knock.
He's got 5 hits in the series overall for Gordon.
Came at batting .270. He's taking his average up to .276.
Really good numbers overall against the Angels. .351 this year.
Albert playing behind Nola at first base. Count evens up. One and two. Vesta will get the 8th inning for Seattle. The Angels have Pujols, Goodwin, and Garneau coming up. 8-0 Halos in the bottom of the 7th. On 2, flips it foul. Always seems to have one of those types of swings where you think the ball's by him or away enough.
Pretty good as far as putting the ball in play when it's elevated against him. Has to add his career. He will chase that down and away pitch. See if he can get him to do that now.
Line to center. Pitch that was up. So 2 on with 1 out. Top of the order coming up. Mallex Smith. Three-hit game for D.
Fastball upstairs. Thought he might try to get him to chase some breaking ball down and away.
Mariner center fielder 0 for 3 thus far. Fielder's choice and a couple of strikeouts. Almost hit him.
I thought it hit him the way it sounded.
I thought so as well. 1-1. Action going in the Angels bullpen currently. Two and one. New baseball being put into play. Three and one. Twenty pitches so far for Mejia in his Angels debut. Mallex fouls it off. Full count. Luis Garcia getting ready for the Angels. Three-two. Mallex chops this one toward third, and that is off the glove of Fletcher. Trickles into foul territory. One runner's in. Smith on his way to second. The throw to third is not in time.
Pretty close play at third. Good hustle by Fletcher and by Hamilton Simmons to get to third base. Just punched that ball right down the third base line, and Fletcher well off the bag. And just inside that line.
Double and an RBI for Mallex Smith. Second and third, one out. Doug White coming out. Let's get a quick word from Jack in the box.
Burger looks good.
Try my $4.99 barbecue bacon double cheeseburger combo.
Garcia ready to go in the bullpen. J.P. Crawford will be the batter. Mariner shortstop 0 for 3, a couple of ground outs and a fly ball to center. Hit by Malik Smith, the 8th for Seattle, the 3rd in this inning. Crawford fouls it off. He is the 26th different pitcher used by the Angels this season. Oh, 2.
Crawford was wondering if I got that inside corner.
Down goes Crawford, 2 outs.
And Osmus going to the bullpen now, bringing in Garcia. Righty. Santana at the plate coming up.
Pitching change. We are in the 7th.
Luis Garcia in now, taking over for Mejia, taking on Mingo Santana. Angels up 8-1. 2 outs here in the 7th for Garcia. He's worked a little bit of late on commanding his fastball. Better mechanics, staying over that pitching rubber longer, be more consistent in the strike zone. That's been his problem this year. The walks, 20 of them in 35 2/3.
He'll get Danny Santana, who reached on the infield base hit leading off the 6th inning. He comes on with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Gordon at 3rd base, Malik Smith at 2nd. So very good speed on the bases for Seattle. Breaking ball fouled off. 0-1 count. Base runners belong to Mejia. 2/3 of an inning in his Angels debut with 3 hits allowed. 1 strikeout. Oh, 2.
Under control, 99-mile-an-hour fastball. He making his first appearance as an Angel, gave up 3 hits, did have a strikeout. 1 run allowed, 2 runners on base, hoping that Garcia through this inning and no more damage.
Oh, 2. Split piece, 1 and 2 now. Tip back of the man on deck. Missed hit. 2-2. There's Beckham. Back out of left field for the 2nd consecutive game. He's been on board twice. Long bottom of the 7th here. He throwing a lot of pitches. Some base runners. The Angels still lead at 8-1. 2-2 now. Full count.
Trying to get him chase. He's not chasing out of the zone after being ahead 0-2. Now you have the hitter just sitting on a fastball now. It's got to be located well by Garcia.
Now the payoff. Santana goes down swinging. 1 run in for Seattle. We're off to the 8th. The Angels leading at 8-1.
I'm Patrick O'Neill, requesting you stick around after the game. Angels Live postgame presented by Nissan. My man Jose Mota will join me and interview with the player of the game. We'll also discuss things like, let's say, Dylan Peters, and will he get a start versus Baltimore? 5 strong innings, one of his 4 Ks right there for the lefty. Looking for another victory versus Seattle. Albert Pujols making some history, catching George Brett, 15th home run, 19 straight seasons. And, well, it's always good news when Brian Goodwin goes oppo, his 8th, and the day would not be complete without Mike Trout hitting his 32nd home run. Another one versus Seattle. But as we go back to Victor and Mark and AP at the dish, perhaps even more history in store. Guys?
Thanks a lot, Patrick. As Matt Festa takes over on the mound for Seattle to start this 8th inning. This will be his 20th appearance, 0-2 with a 5.75 ERA. Second reliever, Eric Swanson, went 2 innings on the heels of Kikuchi's 5. Christopher Negron stays in the game over at third base. He pinch hit for Kyle Seager. Dylan Moore is at shortstop. Bouncer toward third, and it goes foul.
Best the fastball, 91-94, curveball, slider.
Albert 2 for 2 with the sac fly. 1-2. Home run in the second. Single with a run scored the 4th. Sac fly in the 5th. 57 runs batted in. Check the 58 runs batted in with that home run.
Albert very aggressive, swinging the bat early in his first 3 at-bats. Almost as many pitches in this at-bat he had the first 3.
Breaking ball. Called strike 3. 1 down.
Back to my Hyundai key for the game today. Always got to mention Jimi Hendrix when we're in Seattle. Red House sitting on the fastball, the dead red, and they've hit some fastballs very well, including 2-run home run on a fastball by Brian Goodwin against Kikuchi early in the game.
Multi-hit game for Goodwin with a double and 2-run home run. Grounded out to short his last plate appearance. 11 total hits for the Angels, 8 for Seattle.
Pretty impressive what the offense has done over the last 50 games as compared to what the first 50. 4.7 runs per game now over the last 50 with the loss record 8 games over 500, 5.5 runs. Batting average up as well.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Festa. Dustin Garneau coming up. He's had a 1-for-3 game.
That's with those old school stirrups.
Just like D. Gordon's got on. One. It's good luck. That is hammered out to left field. Dustin Garneau has just gone big fly. 9-1 Halos
off the scoreboard. Garneau, second hit of the game, second home run as a Halo.
Really solid behind the plate. Good power there on that swing from Garneau. Lifted that baseball. Trot loving that home run, a 4th of the game for the Halos.
Luis Rengifo at the plate. He hacks the first pitch and fouls it back. 1 for 3 game for Luis. RBI triple in the 4th inning. Luis goes down swinging. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Festa, but Garneau takes Festa deep, increases the Angels' lead. We are in the bottom of the 8th inning. Beckham, Narvaez, and Murphy coming up. Luis Garcia came in and struck out Santana to finish off the 7th. Back out there for the 8th. Trevor Cahill loosening now. Back of a single and a walk. He's 1 for 2. Two balls, 1 strike. Bouncer toward third. Fletcher comes up with it, spins around, off balance throw, and it pulls Albert off the base. It gets Bio. Beckham's on board with a single.
Pretty good range here. Fletcher off balance throw, just away from the bag. Another infield hit today. Tough hop, off balance. Knew he had to get rid of it quickly with Beckham going down the line and up towards the lineup throw, and Beckham going down towards the bag.
So he's been on board 3 times. Here's the DH, Narvaez. Walk, strikeout, a double play ball. Ninth hit for Seattle. Angels have 12. The ball's 2 strikes. Houston won today. Texas lost. Oakland lost to Minnesota as the division is concerned. So the matchup coming up now with Oakland going to Houston. Texas coming here, and the Angels are going down to Southern California, taking on the Dodgers for 2 on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Dodgers looking for their 40th win at home today. They're up big.
At the left, Upton is there. Going down.
40-12 after today at home. They just ended, so they are now 40-12. But the Angels over the last 4 seasons against the Dodgers, 10-6. As good as this run has been for the Dodgers, the Angels have played them well over the last 4 seasons, including the 2-0 start to the 4-game set against their rival.
Murphy a 1 for 3 game of the double. Jammed and fouls it back.
Murphy with a double today, 1 for 3.
One and 2.
It's a good hack.
McGrill on deck. 1-2. And he goes down swinging. 2 down. Christopher Negron 0 for 1. Pinch hit for Seager in the 7th inning and grounded out. In case you're wondering, the Angels have Felix Pena slated to start on Tuesday against Kenta Maeda. Ross Stripling going on Wednesday against Jaime Barrio. Negron picks up a single, so 2 on with 2 outs here in the 8th. Barrio had a rough outing on Friday night here as the bulk pitcher. Taylor Cole got the start against Leake. Here's Austin Nola, the first baseman. So both teams now in double digits as far as hits are concerned. 12 for the Halos, 10 for Seattle. Mariners have managed 1 run. That was in the 7th inning. Back up the base runner at second. Negron over at first. 1-1.
Had that good life on his fastball. If he trusted that more, he'd be even more effective.
Cahill will get the 9th. Unless Luis runs into some trouble here. Top of the order coming up for the Angels. Here's the 1-2. Pulled down the line. That is foul.
Line of action towards Fletcher today. Nothing easy as well.
One ball, 2 strikes. D. Gordon on deck. Deuce is wild. Lively crowd all weekend long. A giveaway yesterday in honoring Edgar's pending Hall of Fame induction, which happened today. That giveaway was last night. We got a big Hall of Fame weekend planned here. A little bit next weekend, but in August, all 3 days, a chance to honor Edgar. I'm sure they'll do the whole thing. Remember, we were here for the Ken Griffey Jr. one.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was very cool. They celebrated all weekend long, Friday, Saturday,
Junior
Sunday.
even joined us in the broadcast that day.
It's the last meeting between these two ball clubs this year. 9-1 Angels. 2-2. Full count. Runners will take off with the pitch. Now the 3-2. Got him swinging. We head to the 9th inning. Angels up 9-1. Has been prevalent, Mark Gubiza.
Yes. 4 times, 4 home runs. Albert Pujols gets it going the other way for Pujols. And Goody going the other way as well. 2-run home run for Brian Goodwin. Then Mike Trout, what he does best in this yard, goes yard. 24th time here in this ballpark. He pulled that one. Estegarno pulls that one way out off the scoreboard for a solo shot as well. 4 home runs in the game today for the Halos.
Top of the order. Fletcher, Trout, Ohtani. Festa, who pitched the 8th inning. Back out. He had 3 strikeouts, and he also gave up the home run to Dustin Garneau. Fletcher lifts this one down the line. Long run for Santana, and this one is going foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Festa doesn't waste a whole lot of time. Mentioned 26-year-old, Staten Island, New York. 7th round pick by Seattle in 2016. 8 games last year with 1 start. This is 20th appearance, all out of the bullpen this year. One, 2. Fletcher slicing the foul. Tough guy to strike out. Trout on deck, then Shohei Ohtani.
He will battle and find a way to put it in play. There's 32 strikeouts this year in 341 at-bats for Fletcher. 33 walks, so more walks than strikeouts.
Chases the breaking ball. One down.
Those are some real tough fastballs fouled off a little bit late on a couple of them through a slow curveball. Mike Trout now tied with GA all time. The Angels list as far as home runs with 272. Tim Salmon at the top at 299. Trout with 10 home runs in his last 12 games.
Tied him up 0-2. Breaking ball gets him. 2 down. 5 strikeouts now for Festa through an inning and 2/3.
That was a pretty nasty pitch. He had to throw a 94-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs. Tight slider.
Shohei 2 for 4 with a single and a double. One ball, one strike. Shohei hits one back up the middle, but with the shift on. Dylan Moore has it, and he's retired for the 3rd out. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Looks like Cahill coming on to try to close it out for the Angels. And 1-2 coming up. Second appearance of the series for Cahill is 3-6. 6.43 ERA, 20th game. He has thrown the ball much better out of the bullpen than he did as a starter.
Scored 9-1. The Angels lead in Seattle here going into the bottom of the 9th. Let's take a look at our Land Rover above and beyond player of the game. Brian Goodwin doubles the other way on a fastball, and then on a fastball way once again hits a 2-run home run to left field. Double 2-run home run, 364 batting average versus Seattle this season for Brian Goodwin. Goody done good today.
D. Gordon lead things off. Gordon a 3-hit game, 3 singles. Ground ball to second base, and Hefo has it. 1 down. Top of the order now, Malik Smith, 1 for 4 with a double. Brought home a run.
Remember, a few years ago, Cahill was pitching out of the bullpen. Did a pretty effective job with the Cubs. Here they won the World Series. Cahill with that sinker.
One count on Malik Smith.
Changeup working as well today for Cahill.
Luis Garcia inning the third. Gave up a couple of hits. Had 3 punch outs in his relief outing. 2-2 now. Dribbler off the plate. Goes foul. Dylan Moore is on deck. Will be his first plate appearance of the afternoon. Albert Pujols got it started back in the second inning with his home run to right field. The Angels a 1-0 lead. Halos scored 4 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th. Smith has a full count. Down the left field line, slicing away from Upton. He's not going to get there. And that is a foul ball.
Real close to that line. Can't quite get it from our angle in the booth. Scott Service wants to know why that was not called a fair ball. And I'm kind of wondering the same thing. Just foul at the end.
Well, apparently didn't hit any chalk. No challenge from Service. Do it again. And a walk.
And right down the line, you can see it just hooked foul. Call. Baker right on that one. A great view of it as well.
Dylan Moore's first plate appearance. Took over defensively in the 8th inning with J.P. Crawford. Grounds this one toward the middle, and Andrelton Simmons can't come up with it. Moore picks up a single. 2 on with 1 out.
Not many times you get a baseball by Andrelton Simmons, unable to get to that one.
Domingo Santana, the batter. 1 for 3 game with a single and a base on balls. 0-1. Fastball misses. Cahill, the 5th pitcher used this afternoon. So with Peters 5 innings, Noe Ramirez 1 inning, Mejia 2/3, Garcia inning and a third, and now Cahill. That was off of Trevor into center field. Malik Smith will come in to score, and it's 9-2. 12th hit of the afternoon for Seattle.
65 RBI now this year for Santana. Just off the glove. The most dangerous one as a pitcher because it has a little top hand spin on it. And because Cahill delivers and ends up in a low fielding position, able to throw the glove up and deflect it.
Tim Beckham, the batter. Two balls, one strike. Moore at second base. Santana at first. 3-1. Beckham with a couple of singles and a walk.
One of the most patient days at the plate I've seen from Beckham. Had been very aggressive early in counts. So many pitches he has seen throughout the day.
And a walk. So they're loaded up. On board 4 times today with 2 hits, 2 base on balls. Narvaez, the catcher, actually the DH today, will come up with the bases loaded. And the Angels will have to crank somebody up in the bullpen with the 9-2 lead here in the 9th inning. 20 pitches thrown so far by Cahill. He retired the first batter, D. Gordon, on a ground out, but then walked Malik Smith. Moore single, Santana RBI single, Beckham with a walk. Ty Buttrey loosening now.
Picked up the win last night. Was amazing. 3 strikeouts, 3 batters faced last night.
Breaking ball goes off the glove of Garneau. 9-3 now. Wild pitch. Runners at second and third.
Break ball hits the dirt, spins away from Garneau.
Hill struggling to throw strikes. Behind at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Narvaez 0 for 3 with a walk. 3-0. 3-1. Tom Murphy is on deck. Off-speed pitch. It's a generous call by Marvin Hudson. It's a full count. Angels will take it. Omar doesn't like it.
Change up, if anything, barely touched the inside corner.
Here's payoff. And he got him to chase and expand the strike zone. And he's mad at Marvin Hudson. I mean, Marvin didn't swing the bat on the last pitch. 2 outs.
Went back-to-back change-ups against him. Change-up in, change-up away. And this time he chased it well off the strike zone. Now you could see him being upset if it was back-to-back pitches in that part of the plate, but
right.
The one before was inside.
So Murphy stands in the way. The Angels picking up the victory here this afternoon. Upstairs. Two balls, no strikes.
Trust your defense right now for Trevor Cahill. The infielder is on the left side of the infield.
Chopper goes foul. 2 balls and a strike. 1 for 4 game for Murphy with a double in the 4th. Two-one pitch. Murphy pulls one and gloved by a leaping Fletcher. He drops it. He's got to throw across the diamond. There is the 3rd out. Light that baby up as the Angels win it 9-3.
I have no idea how he even got his glove on that one, but Fletch leaps up, gets leather on it, and eventually throws it across the diamond to Pujols to finish off the game as the Angels win this game today. 9-3, win the series 2-1, and the season series 10-9.
How'd he get up there?
I don't know.
I thought that ball was in the corner.
Fletch lives to jump that high. Oh, Fletch does it all.
And Murphy had already turned right to go to the dugout. He thought he was out on the line shot, but what a way to end this game as the Angels pick up the victory by the final of 9-3 and take this series. As the Angels had 4 home runs hitting this one, it was Albert that got the party started. And he ended up picking up the victory 9-3. Stick around. The Nissan postgame show with Patrick O'Neill and Jose Mota is coming up next.